Uh-oh. You guys know by the title. Jon Keith, new album, 2025. I'm super excited for this. Just to give my 2 cents, I don't have a reaction video planned for today. I just kind of wanted to, keep at least one day open during the week to do like some kind of random video, whether it's me talking, doing something fun. Since I didn't really have anything planned this week, I was just like, Jon just dropped some of the biggest news probably of 2025. He dropped this. Let me get this pulled up on the screen for you guys real quick. Don't Be Lonely by Yourself. Could that be the title of the album? I don't know. But he posted this, Don't Be Lonely by Yourself, January 2025. I don't think that means in January he's dropping an album, but he said, trusting change that comes from a God that never does. It wasn't in my plans to drop an album this year. Change, one of the few inescapable things in life for some. It's the terrifying and looming event that can feel like death when it arrives, while at the same time it can be something that others are desperate for and would do anything to obtain. So now I'm like, is the album called Change? I found myself in a rather uncomfortable place recently by living both perspectives simultaneously. I'm sure I'm not the only one. On one hand, deeply longing for the change I see in 2 Corinthians 3:18. My thoughts, my patterns, my emotions, I want to be unrecognizable to myself. On the other hand, white-knuckling what I consider to be the only good things about Jon, my family, my community, my city, things I'm petrified to lose. Change makes planning feel like a silly thing. It wasn't in my plan to be a father this soon. Change, it wasn't in my plan to meet one of my heroes last year. Change, it wasn't in my plan to leave San Diego. Change, it wasn't in my plan to drop an album this year. Change. So I think the album is going to be called Change. It's often hard to say whether change is going to mean good, bad, or a mixture of both until you're close to the other side of it. So how could we ever plan for such an amazing thing as change? So yeah, this is pretty crazy. As we know, he became a father. I don't know if it was last year, but he has a son now. One of his heroes, I'm assuming, is Rodney Jerkins, Aliens Alive. Shout out Aliens Alive. He moved from San Diego to Tennessee. DJ Michael V told me before that even happened, it wasn't in my plan to drop an album, which I was like, because when I saw this post, I was like, Jon has talked about this before, that he didn't want to become an album artist again. Because I was thinking to myself as well, how is he going to top Eremos? And that's kind of unfair as the listener to like critique something and try and make it be as big as something else that has been done in the past. So I'm expecting it to be different than Eremos in a sense. David Guzik, a pastor and Bible teacher, has a helpful commentary on Proverbs. The heart of a man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Guzik says we plan as we can and should, but we should never think that our ability to plan makes us Lord over our lives. It is the Lord who directs our steps. Every plan we make should be held in humility before God and in surrender to his ultimate will. Also, think of James. Look here, you who say today or tomorrow we are going to a certain town and will stay there a year. We will do business there and make a profit. How do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? Your life is like the morning fog. It is here for a little while, then it's gone. What you ought to say is, if the Lord wants us to, we will live and do this or that. Otherwise, you are boasting about your own pretentious plans, and all such boasting is evil. I know that whole thing with No Big Deal, addressing people who are saying Christian rappers aren't scripturally sound. It's sounding pretty scripturally sound here, so far. So here we are in a new season, and here I am inviting you to live in this tension with me, to pursue change and transformation until we see the very likeness of Christ and his spitting image, and to practice humility, to plan and prepare as we should, holding everything with an open hand, letting the only thing that we grasp firmly be the God that never changes. So there we go. Jon Keith dropping an album. My money is either on the album title being Don't Be Lonely by Yourself, but I feel like it's going to be called Change. I'm not sure though. By the way, if you guys are living under a rock, Jon Keith has been posting a lot in his broadcast channel on Instagram. Bars and Beats has been sending me some Untitled links. If you don't know what Untitled is, you're also sleeping under a rock. But Jon Keith has been posting a lot of unreleased stuff that I'm not sure will even be on the album. And if I had to guess, I know that I also have heard from Jon Keith that he's trying to move away from his rap stuff, just the straight up rap like he does on the Indie Tribe projects, what he's going to be doing on West Indies with Miles Minnick. He's going to be trying and doing more of the melodic stuff, kind of that he experimented with in Eremos, but instead of it being a mix of the melodic and rap, it's mostly going to be the melodic stuff that he does. But regardless, super excited for this. Let me tap into the live while we're on here and see what he's talking about. If it'll let me. I don't know if it'll actually let me. Maybe I can't watch. So sad. Well, it's not going to let me. The one thing that I do hope for with this album is that we get a vinyl for it, and I also hope that he eventually puts Eremos on either CD or vinyl as well, because honestly, I am very surprised he hasn't already. According to a lot of people that I've talked to, Eremos is the best Christian hip-hop album ever, so hopefully some vinyl, because I'm getting into the wax. I just bought 2 vinyls today on my way home from work. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, super excited for Jon Keith. Also, shout out to everyone who's become a member. I think I have 2 or 3 right now, so shout out to the 2 or 3 of you. You literally mean the world. I can't believe that someone would become a member. It's blown my mind. I know it doesn't sound like much, but thank you guys so much, and the link is in the description if you ever do want to become a member yourself, for those who aren't. And yeah, go be fruitful. Let's go.